Welcome back, you guys, your boy CK. Previously, we did what if every quarterback went to the team they beat the most, but now it's all about if you can't beat them, join them. Now, I know a lot of you guys play MUT, and sometimes you don't feel like grinding to get the best teams. So if you want to just buy some training or coins or players, head on over to MUTreserve.com. Use my code CK. And not only will you be rich one day, but you'll also get 15% off your order. Now, real quick, before we get started, I need to say thank you to everyone in the CFM. It's going really well. Right now, I'm 6-0. I have a huge game versus the Giants. I'm going to be streaming that game right after this video goes live. The best way to know when I stream these games is to follow me on Twitter. I will tweet out every time I am streaming one of these games. And if you ever want to be in the future CFM, be in my streams. If you're in my Facebook streams, you have first dibs on joining one of these CFMs. I'm going to try to do this every single year. I might even do a 2K one. So yeah, just make sure you're in the Facebook streams. And I'm always going to try to give out prizes with my own money. So it's a way for me to give back to you guys and interact. So yeah, I had to give a quick shout out to everyone in it. And yeah, let's get back into the video. So in this experiment, unlike the last one, if you have a lot of starting QBs, that's a good thing. That means your team has dominated multiple franchise QBs throughout their career. So for instance, the Packers have Mitch Trubisky on their team now, and Stafford is now in Green Bay as well. Breeze is now in Carolina. That's the one team that he's lost to more than anyone else. Josh Allen in his short career has lost to the Patriots more than any other team. They're so similar that it's crazy they end up on the same team in an experiment like this. Like, the Rams must be good at stopping this type of quarterback. They have Russell Wilson now and Kyler Murray. All right, he's not quite as good as Russ yet, but I think one day he might be in that tier. Big Ben stays in the division. He's going to Baltimore. Same with Baker Mayfield. He's now a Baltimore Raven. Teddy Bridgewater is now in New Orleans. And the one team Matt Ryan has struggled with more than anyone has to be the Saints, man. He's in New Orleans now. Carson Wentz is proof that not every quarterback is going to stay in the division. He's now in Seattle. Yes, that's the team that's given him the most trouble. To be fair, he's lost to them the same amount of times as he lost to the Cowboys. Jimmy G stays in the division. He is now in Seattle as well. Minshew has lost to the Texans more than any other team in his career. So obviously Patrick Mahomes hasn't lost many games in his career, man. He's never lost to any team twice, but he's lost to the Texans, the Colts, the Raiders, the Patriots, the Chargers, Seattle, the Rams, and the Titans once. So I waited to the end after every other quarterback, for the most part, had gone to a new team. And there were a few that didn't have quarterbacks. One of them was the Titans. So that's where we have them. Aaron Rodgers has struggled with the Vikings more than any other team in his career. If you're casual, you might have forgot that Tannehill used to be in the AFC East, and he had trouble with the Bills more than the Patriots. That's crazy. Phillip Rivers has had a very, very, very tough time, not pulling out because, there's a lot of kids. No, Phillip Rivers has had a very, very long career, and he spent most of his time in the AFC West. That's why he's on the Broncos.
Joe Burrow is still extremely young,
but the team he struggled with the most so far is the Browns. Herbert's in a similar situation as Mahomes. Like, he's only lost to certain teams once. He's never lost to anyone twice. So we waited until every other QB, for the most part, had a team, and Tampa Bay was one of them that didn't have a QB. So that's where we have him. You were casual, this one might surprise you as well. Alex Smith, long ago, before he even played on the Chiefs, man, he started with San Fran, the #1 overall pick in the same draft as Aaron Rodgers. So it makes sense that the team he struggled with the most is the Arizona Cardinals. Let's just say the Chiefs has been taking a lot of names. They have Drew Lock, who they've beaten 3 times in his young career. They have Derek Carr, who they've beaten 11 times in his career. And they even went so far as to get someone not even in their division, Lamar Action Jackson, who's lost to them 3 times in his young 3-year career. And yo, if you're a Colts fan, drop a like if you want this to happen in real life. If you're not a Colts fan, still drop a like. If you do that, I'll love you forever. Deshaun Watson in Indianapolis. That's the team that has beaten him the most in his young career. 4 times to be exact. Kirk's going back to the NFC East. He's now the Cowboys, a team that's beaten him 7 times in his career. Sam Darnold is in Miami now. If you're a Dolphins fan, you have to be happy about this, man. You guys have beaten the GOAT more than any other team during his career. 12 times to be exact. And I know people are like, oh, it's because they're in the same division, it's going to happen like that. That's not true. Because Brady has only lost to the Bills 3 times in his career. He lost to the Broncos 6 times. That's twice as much as someone in his division. I'm not gonna lie, man, I don't hate it. Dak Prescott in Philadelphia. I know, okay, here come the Bluebirds. Relax, it was good. I think he's an underrated quarterback, man. I don't hate Dak. Mr. Newton is now in ATL. I think he's gonna feast with Julio. Jared Goff stays in his division. He's, well, actually, never mind. Well, now he's in Detroit, so. Anywho, Jared Goff is in San Francisco. And there it is. All these starting quarterbacks have changed teams. Obviously, some other teams didn't have a starting quarterback go to their team, so they just picked up a random free agent. Like the football team, they're starting Matt Barkley. It is what it is, man. If you guys are new around here, make sure to hit that subscribe button. We're on the road to 300K. I know we can get there, but in the meantime, let's simulate and see what happens during this season. We begin with the Packers. Stafford underwhelmed me. Threw so many interceptions, was not expecting that. Breeze did okay. I don't know, the yardage was very low. Josh Allen, good season. Mariota killed it. Russell Wilson, a lot of interceptions as well. What is with all these quarterbacks throwing so many interceptions? Matt Ryan with a phenomenal season. Jimmy G did pretty well. Josh Dobbs killed it. These backups just go crazy in these simulations. Mahomes, 37 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. Rodgers did decent. He could have did a little bit better by his standards. Taysom was the starter on the Bears and he killed it. 34 touchdowns, only 15 interceptions. Matt Moore ended up starting on the Bengals. You hate to see it. Ryan Tannehill, 36-16 ratio. Oh my God, Rivers. That's way too many interceptions, big dog. Joe Burrow, 29 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. Herbert, so the rookies did it really well. Alex Smith, comeback player of the year, maybe. I don't know if they hand out that award in Madden. They probably don't because, you know, they be lacking. Lamar Jackson, though, he was not lacking at all. Almost 40 touchdowns to the air. Deshaun Watson, not a bad season, but not phenomenal. Same with Kirk Cousins. Brady with a lot of interceptions. You don't see that very often. Dak did pretty well on the Eagles. Cam, a lot of interceptions for the Falcons. Goff actually did really well in San Francisco. James Morgan was a starter in New York. Rosen with a decent season. Flacco started for the Jets. Foles started for the Lions and actually killed it. So if I had to guess, I'd say Lamar probably won MVP, but it actually went to Tannehill on a 9-7 team. What did I miss? Either way, Lamar led his team to the best record in the league. And it wasn't even close, man. Saints ended up the best in the NFC. And here are the rest of the people that made the playoffs. We're going to send them to the Super Bowl. And it feels like no matter who the quarterback is for either of these teams, they always seem to end up in the Super Bowl. You got the Saints and the Chiefs. All right, so Lamar Jackson leading the way for the Chiefs. I mean, you could have penciled him in as soon as you saw he was going there. Like, that was a given. I'm not saying every quarterback could make it work, but I feel like the S tier, like the top 5 to 7 quarterbacks in the NFL, if they went to the Chiefs, that's almost a guaranteed Super Bowl appearance. Now, would they look as good as Mahomes? Who knows? Probably not. But, you know, they don't have the ball anymore, so let's focus on Matt Ryan and the Saints. Not too surprised about this one either. The Saints have a very good roster. Speaking of the Chiefs, is that your pick for Super Bowl Sunday? Let me know down in the comment section. Give me your score prediction too. You know, I'm gonna reward all the people that stay to the end. So if you get it correct, I don't want to see edited in parentheses. Okay, drop me your score prediction and who you think's winning. I will reward the winner. Okay, I'm going to drop a cash prize to whoever makes it happen in the very next video, man. I don't think anyone's going to get it, but we'll see. So the Chiefs are moving their cross midfield, approaching the red zone. It's going to be a last play of the first quarter. Lamar hasn't taken off yet. It's just been handoff after handoff and pass in between. 3rd down and 4. Lamar, bottom of the screen. Kelsey getting down to the 1. It's crazy. In the new patch, they took away the reach for animation. Unless you actually have the ability, which is a great change in my opinion, man. Everyone was reaching for it. But there's not going to be much reaching right there. Le'Veon walks in untouched and gives the Chiefs the first lead of the game. And by the way, that was only for competitive. This is simulation. So yeah, that's why Kelsey was still reaching for it. Anywho, man, this is not my job to talk about patch notes, man. I just want to bring up that little tidbit. Matt Ryan finally getting going with Michael Thomas. It's been a flawless drive so far. Kamara getting the catch. He fumbles though. The Chiefs pick it up. The Honey Badger on the return. And it looks like he might take this to the crib. One man to beat. Traquan Smith doesn't have that DK ability. And the Chiefs are going up 2 possessions. And they ended up keeping the lead for the rest of the game. 28-21. Kansas City wins another Super Bowl. Is this what's going to happen this weekend? Once again, give me your predictions in the comment section. Whoever gets it right will earn a cash prize, man. If you haven't already, please be sure to like the video. And I'll see you guys hopefully in my Facebook streams. But if not, there on the next video.